And a very high quality lineup here. 7 men go to the start line, including David Sharp, the European silver medalist and former European indoor champion. We've also got Robert Kibet from Kenya, who took part in his first ever indoor race only yesterday. Silver in the African Championships and former Kenyan champion. Brian Whittle's in there as well. We just caught sight of him on the left of the picture, but here's the former world junior champion David Sharp. Works, trains and lives near the stadium in Jarrow, which he and those other athletes in the northeast have helped to make famous. Not planning to go for the World Indoor Championships, but nonetheless treating this race very seriously indeed. Brian Whittle, Robert Kibet, David Sharp, Martin Steele, Eakin Billy, Richard White and Alan Humphreys. They've got a problem over at the start, but it's going to be a good opportunity this for David Sharp to pit his wits against the Kenyan Kibet. Humphreys, Steele, and there is the 25-year-old Kibet. 4 laps of the track for this men's 800 metres, and going out hard, Alan Humphreys from Birchfield Harriers, the veteran. Well, we call him a veteran, he seems to have been around that long. Number 3, Eakin Billy, still only 27, won this title way back in 1985. And Brian Whittle, the Scotsman, twice won silver medals in the European Indoor Championships at 400 metres, but switched up to the longer distance about 3 years ago now. He's in 4th place, 3 laps to go, 27.04, Steve, for the first 200.
Yes, it's a fairly ginger start here, I think, and Kibet was really let through on the inside there at one stage, but he's doing a good job now while he's out front, picking the pace up slightly. It's a very good high-class quality field, this, both domestically and internationally, so this should be a very tough, competitive, as well as close race at the finish, I think, Alan. Kibet taking them through at a reasonable pace, but remember, he can actually pick his pace up 2 or 3 gears from this. Really is a great runner.
Brian Whittle moves through significantly into 2nd place with just under 2 laps to go. So it's Kibet the Kenyan, then Brian Whittle, the Scotsman, Eakin Billy, the Scouser, in 3rd place at the moment. David Sharp, the Geordie, just holding off a challenge from David Steele, Martin Steele rather, the Longwood Harrier, who really is a specialist on the indoor circuit, always a tough competitor. And it's Steele who's in front as they reach the bell. Whittle chasing him hard is 2nd, then it's Kibet, then Sharp, then Billy. And a very, very good finish here from Martin Steele, who was 2nd to McKean in these championships last year, and a winner in the big international against the United States. And he has stolen away with the race against a very high-quality field indeed. And that's a very satisfying win for Martin Steele. Sharp comes through to take 2nd place on the line from Whittle, and Kibet, surprisingly, was out of the medals. Well, he'll look back at the names who joined him on the start line in that race, Martin Steele, and must think that just about the most satisfying victory of his career, Steve.
He's a nice guy, Martin. I'm really pleased for him. He thanked everybody at the end of that race for being in it, because I think he took a few scalps there, and he'd be pleased with that. Look at him. He ran very, very well there. Tactically, he was in the right place all at the right time. We're going to go through the replay now, and you'll see that when he takes Kibet, he moves fast, moves fluid. The rest of them are struggling there for positions. Brian Whittle behind is finding it hard, looks back, sees Kibet. I think he's settled for 2nd place there. Yes, he's checking again. But look at the determination there on Martin's eyes. He really was pushing hard off this top bend. And I think he knows that Sharp finishes fast. Everybody knows that David comes hard on the last 50. And here he comes again. But he only takes Whittle here. Martin's still a clear winner. And that's a great victory for him. He'd be very pleased with that. Sharp 2nd and Whittle 3rd.
Well, tactics all important in this event indoors, and his were absolutely perfect. Well, a little bit of athletics history is in the offing here soon, so stay with us to see if Linford Christie